Welcome to Yaka Digital Network. We've all looked at last night's cold, plain beans and matoke and wondered how we're going to convince ourselves to eat them again. But there is a technical solution to this problem, and it's called Rechauffé. It is the art of modifying the texture and flavor of leftovers to create an appetizing new dish. We will focus on two goals today. First, executing safe Rechauffé. Second, strategically using convenience foods to save time without losing nutrition. When you know how to combine these techniques, they become powerful tools for managing your meals efficiently, keeping your food budget down, and eliminating waste in your household. On a thermometer, the red zone between 5 and 60 degrees Celsius is where bacteria multiply. Bypass this by quickly cooling leftovers in the refrigerator. When reheating, the core temperature must reach 75 degrees Celsius to kill surviving bacteria. The foundation of a successful Réchauffé dish is simply outsmarting those bacteria by strictly controlling how your food transitions between hot and cold. Once the food is safe, we have to deal with the physical decay of the leftovers. Stored food loses its original structure, becoming unpleasantly dry or soggy over time. If you are working with leftover roasted meat that has dried out in the fridge, you can restore its hydration by folding it directly into a fresh, moist gravy. If green matoke becomes soft and soggy after boiling, apply high heat and oil. Frying or sautéing it creates a contrasting, crispy exterior. For food that has lost its flavor profile overnight, you introduce fresh aromatics like ginger, garlic, or onions immediately before serving to rebuild the taste. A chef executes a true Réchauffé by diagnosing exactly how the leftover has degraded, and then deliberately introducing the exact opposite texture and fresh flavors to counteract that decay. Add fresh flavors fast using convenience foods. The spectrum starts with highly nutritious, single-ingredient staples like pre-milled flour or dried fish powder. Highly processed options like canned meats sit on the far end. Relying on these causes nutritional dilution, costing essential vitamins and a higher convenience tax. This matrix shows Réchauffé gives high nutrition with low time cost. Test yourself. You leave cooked chicken out overnight, then warm it to 50 degrees. The errors? First, it stayed in the danger zone. Second, 50 degrees won't kill bacteria. Building a sustainable diet means evaluating your time constraints each day and deliberately choosing whether to invest time in raw ingredients, perform a quick Réchauffé, or use a specific nutrient-dense convenience food. Let's apply everything we've learned to those leftover plain beans we mentioned earlier. We start by placing them on the stove and bringing the core temperature above 75 degrees Celsius. With safety secured, we tackle the bland, soggy texture. We drain the excess moisture and fry the beans in high heat with fresh onions and tomatoes to rebuild the flavor profile. Finally, we turn to our convenience food spectrum. By stirring in this ready-made groundnut paste, we instantly add healthy fats and protein without spending an hour grinding nuts from scratch. By controlling the temperature, fixing the texture, and leveraging a smart convenience ingredient, we've produced a meal where the added fats and proteins from the paste make this a balanced, nutrient-dense plate. This methodology maps onto the safe reheating cycle: rapid cooling, a 75-degree reheat, texture transformation, and immediate serving. But one final rule: only reheat the portion you'll consume. Once food completes this cycle, never reheat it again. The bacterial risk is too high. You can watch more videos for all classes here and get all content at www.yaka.cc.